Hi. This award is about managing selfing rate in alfalfa seed production. So I work with this with Heathcliff Riley, who is at Dairy Forage Research, also in Madison. And this project kind of came about with us talking and realizing that we know alfalfa is supposed to be an outcrosser, but there was a report in the literature of a fair significant amount of selfing in alfalfa seed production field. So we thought it would be good to have an overview of selfing in alfalfa seed production in one single year over the whole area of seed production. So Doug Walsh is one of our collaborators on this. He's from the Pacific Northwest, and he's responsible for the data collection and sample collection from Pacific Northwest. Oli Bachi is from the Imperial Valley. He's then responsible for the same thing in the Imperial Valley. And Jacob Wagner is at Fresno State, and he takes care of the Central Valley samples and data collection. So the goal of this work is to identify management practice that reduce selfing in order to develop best management practices in order to have low selfing in alfalfa seed production. The background from this work comes from the fact that from research I've done more in the evolutionary biology side, we found that pollinators can have a big impact on selfing rate of plants, and that any factors that would affect plant size, like the number of flowers on the plant, so floral density and plant density can have a big impact on selfing rate. So the management practice type we're looking for, or we're looking at, are things related to pollinators and any factors that would affect flower density and plant density, so fertilizer, water, disease, pests, and weeds. So we're looking at 30 alfalfa seed production field, 10 in each of those 3 regions. We've gathered data, well, our collaborators have gathered data on management practices, and they've collected seeds and leaves from 50 plants in a field, and we're genotyping at 15 microsatellite loci, 320 seeds per field, plus the parents, so over 3,000 sample. And from this information, we estimate selfing rate in the field, so we get the genetic data on selfing rate in each of these fields. And what we found so far is thanks Heathcliff has been streamlining the microsatellites, so we've finished about 11 fields, more or less, and we found selfing rate variation between 8.6 and 23% so far. And most of these fields are for the Central Valley, so we expect the variation to increase when the other regions come in. We've found variation in all of the management practices because people were asked to look for field that varied. And the idea is once we get all the selfing rate estimates and we compile all the management practices, we're going to do some statistical analyses to try to identify which of these practices has the most impact on selfing, and then we can use those to tell people to change these practices so as to optimize the outcrossing rate in alfalfa seed production. That's it. Thank you very much.